Oh, I can see. It's like, how about if we go to the blimp shop? Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tottenham Hotspur. If you are still enjoying it, drop a like. That would be most lovely. So, we've just had Christmas. It's now Boxing Day. We are still unbeaten in the Premier League. Now, we're not the only ones. You'd argue that City's record is more impressive in a way because they have gone more games unbeaten. But at the end of the day, we have the same amount of points on them with 2 less games played. So hey, I'll take that. We still find ourselves 7 points behind Manchester United, but we have 4 games in hand on them now. So 2 wins and a draw out of those 4 matches would be enough to see us take over the lead of the league. It's a very, very weird system because of all the rearranged matches, and it kind of puts us in a weird spot where we always look like we're doing worse than I believe that we are, quite frankly. You're going to win the league at this rate. I actually genuinely don't think we will, and I think it's because our fixtures have been quite favourable. We've only played United and Liverpool of like the really, really top teams so far this season. And yes, I know we beat United and got a draw away at Liverpool, and that's a good sign. It is. But I feel like when we start to play a lot of the bigger, like when we play Arsenal away, you know, Man United away, City in both games, Chelsea still to come, there's a lot of tough games that I do not feel like we're going to be able to come through in the same way that we have so far. However, I do still think top 4 is firmly on the cards. We're into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, where we'll play Newcastle, so who are currently bottom of the league, by the way. So we've got a really good chance at playing in a cup final this year anyway. And the other one will be Manchester United, because they're playing Sheffield Wednesday in the other semi-final. So it seems like they're pretty much guaranteed to get there. So, you know, I think we're still in for the cups potentially this season. We're still on for the Europa League. We're not out of anything yet. It's a good start. So today we start off against Everton, who are directly above us in the league, but we are at home. We've won 7 out of 7 at home so far. Let's make it 8, if we can. Obviously, lots of changes required after the last game where somehow we beat Liverpool. We'll do a selection advice, switch the whole team around. But one thing I do think that managing this season has done for me, as far as getting better at the game, is it's definitely taught me more about the rotation side of things. We've had to rotate a lot with Tottenham this year, and I think we've handled it quite well. We've still had a few injuries, but I don't think there's much more we could have done really to prevent that, unfortunately. So again, I'm going to go with Sissoko and Ndombele. Now, I guess one of the issues with Lo Celso, actually, to be fair, 13 tackling still isn't even that bad. Like, as much as they might not consider him to be uber comfortable with this role, he's actually not bad for it at all. His positioning of only 12 is still not the worst in the world. Like, he's legitimately fine here. So we'll keep Bale coming back into fitness levels. Maybe have him on the bench, actually, today, instead of maybe Tanganga. So the bench will be Aurier, Davies, Højbjerg, Vinicius, Bale, Ndombele, and Lucas Moura. Let's go out and make this 8 wins out of 8 at home and get ourselves back into that title race. Players weren't super into my main instruction, but we got the second one. That's the main thing. 33 minutes, and it's the first highlight of the game, and Alderweireld has scored from it. Well, Spurs 1, Everton 0. We haven't scored a goal like this for a little while. Little ball through from Giovanni Lo Celso. Literally, that is the second shot of the match. We had 1 shot in the first minute or something, and nothing beyond that. Alderweireld gives Spurs the lead. That is a huge goal in a top-of-the-table clash, quite frankly. Look, literally. Oh, they had a shot in there too, apparently. Must have been right before. It's been a dreadful first half from both teams, but the point is we are currently winning. I mean, that is literally all the game had for us in that first half. I think we must have had a long-range strike just after that, but it's Tottenham 1, Everton 0, with Alderweireld getting us the goal. If we win it because of this, then I will take it. Sometimes you've got to win matches a bit scrappy. I have faith in them. I would like to see a second goal, but if we have to sort of hang on for a scrappy little 1-0 win, then we will. You know, that's just how it goes. And now Matt Doherty has hurt himself as well. I think I jinxed it when I said something about rotation to avoid injuries before the game. We're going to give Gareth Bale the final 20 minutes here. See if he could inject a bit of life into us as Lucas Moura comes through and it's saved. Wow, Robin Olsen pulls that one away there, and that was very nearly 2-0. That was so damn close. Oh, I can see. It's like, how about if we go to the blimp shot? We've been scrappy, but it looks... Oh, 88th minute here. Is there a late equaliser in the pipeline for Everton? Well done, Toby. Oh, Dele slip it through. Harry Kane's in. It's a bit of a tight angle. Finds Lucas Moura. And this time he's missed. But Lucas Moura has been very good since he's come on. He's had the 2 best chances of the game, arguably. And it looks like it is going to... No, okay. They're all offside. I think their entire team was standing in an offside position there. There's no way that goal is allowed to count. And the goal is ruled out. That should be enough. Hopefully we can see ourselves through these next couple of seconds. And we do. Tottenham 1, Everton 0. In fairness, second half we actually got a lot better and they didn't really, so I feel like we do deserve the win in the end. Lucas Moura, I think, was part of the turning point in that. Son was sort of struggling, I think, before that too. Moura came on and he had the 2 best chances. Failed to score, but it doesn't matter. Spurs 1, Everton 0. Pulls us up into second in the league. 30 points on the board now. But, most importantly, at least 1 game in hand on every single team around us. So, we're doing well. And we're now 12 games unbeaten in the Premier League. I can't stress enough how fun this game is at the moment. However, G. Delun did not think so. Boring, boring Tottenham. Boring, boring Tottenham. You're 12 games unbeaten in the league, mate. Pipe down. We also have a plus 24 goal difference. 9 days to 3 weeks for Son. Not ideal at all. And what about Doherty? Tight calf. Okay, not the end of the world. So, next up, away at Palace. Now, they play a 4-4-2. The only other team we've played this season that played that way is Southampton. But it does give us pause for thought, depending on what type of strike force they're going to play. It looks like Benteke's up top, though, so it's not raw pace. That we are going to try the positive away thing. Because as much as it is Palace, we can switch it on the fly if we need to. Now, obviously, Doherty and Son will not start today. Lucas Moura will have to play left-sided today. And unfortunately, there's only so much we can rotate, given the situation. But I think Lo Celso may have to drop out for Ndombele today, who, yeah, he's on a yellow card, but that's fine. We had 1 day off in between. I rested players, recovery and all that. We did a match review, but that's about it. But there's only so much you can really do in those situations. So the bench will be Lo Celso, Davies, Højbjerg, Vinicius, Tanganga, Harry Winks, and Gareth Bale. Still want to sort of nurse Gareth Bale back in, yeah? We do not want him playing week in, week out until such time as he's, like, fully ready. Because of the very, very high injury susceptibility here. We've got to keep him fresh. Maybe playing for Arsenal. That's our next game. Now, what we did against Southampton was drop the defensive line a little bit as they were getting in behind. I have faith in the players. Let's crack on. I'm hoping that by being slightly less gung-ho, it might allow us a bit more... It might just allow us to get another away victory, because we have still only got the one away victory this season, which was the opening day victory away at Leicester City. And I want to make sure... Now, we haven't played that many away games, in fairness, but I want to make sure that we do get some. You know, drawing away at Liverpool, drawing away at Sheffield United, drawing away at Southampton. Less of that needed. And he's been dispossessed. Benteke slips it straight through for Batshuayi, and it's a great save from Lloris. But again, I know it's very early to make changes, but I'm dropping the defensive line back one notch and moving to work ball into the box because Palace are looking very similar to what Southampton did against us. And I want to try and nip that in the bud before we fall behind and not wait until it happens. Sissoko, it's in! That is just pure luck. Mohamed Sissoko... Oh, it's a Max Meyer own goal. Crystal Palace 0, Tottenham 1. Sissoko, he's shooting in the dark, but it doesn't matter because he's given us the lead here, technically. Right, we actually have something to hang on to in an away game. The last time we took the lead away from home, we did win. I mean, there's a lot of space opens up for Sissoko here. It's just an unfortunate deflection off of Max Meyer. I thought it wasn't going to count for some reason, but we do have the lead at Selhurst. Selhurst? Palace have been the better side so far, and ooh, Benteke is a dangerous man. Well, half-time, and I do think we've improved as the... So, Palace started off very, very strongly and have sort of tapered off a little bit. We started off very, very poorly and have come on strong towards the end of the half. Still, I'd argue they've been the better side, but I think we're getting there now. Those changes definitely seem to work. And the one before that was a 1-0 win. We don't concede a lot of goals away from home, in fairness. We just don't score as many as I would like. And, well, I mean, instantly got a goal there for Joel Ward. Palace 1, Tottenham 1. Straight after half-time, Palace managed to break through and grab the equaliser, and we can expect that to be the final score, I imagine. They just slowed the play down a little bit, and we weren't able to cover... I mean, we probably still should have done better. The run isn't tracked properly, but nobody's really tracking. Like, neither of these two players has picked up the runner, and Ward has just got in there. Fullback goal. And he might still get past Zaha. Here he does. Ball in. Lamela. And it's in. Palace 1, Spurs 2. Eric Lamella's... Imagine that. Eric Lamella's got 11 goals before the season's even hit January. What a time to be alive. And, well, we fought back hard here. This is important to see. We gave up the lead, which we shouldn't have done. It was the first time we've done that. Lovely ball in from Reguilon on his left foot there. And Lamela out-jumping the fullback. Awkward one for the goalkeeper. And it's 2-1 at Selhurst Park. Brilliant. And then Ndombele's in there again. Chance for a breakaway. Look at some of this. I love some of the fluid build-up you can get sometimes. I'm really looking forward to trying to play genuinely nice football with Bolton. Like, I want to actually try... Oh, space for Lucas Moura. Can he make it 3? No, he can't. Guaita is equal to it. That is more like it. As the game's wearing on, we are sort of catching them as far as the XG is concerned. In fact, we've overtaken them now. Getting in front has made a huge difference, but there's still space. I've made some changes to freshen up our midfield, which is going to give us a bit more legs there. And we've also changed one of the centre-backs, which I don't normally do, but Dyer was struggling so badly as far as fitness levels. We needed to get him off and freshen things up with Japhet Tanganga. Here comes Lo Celso. Look at the space out wide. He's got to find the pass. He finds Harry Kane instead, and Harry Kane has blazed it wide. I don't want to regret Kane missing that good chance. Oh, nice. Look at this. One-touch stuff. Lucas Moura wraps it up. Look at that for football. I'm sorry. I love the new match engine, because you can actually get them to do stuff like that. Palace 1, Tottenham Hotspur 3. We're going to get the away result. But look at this little one-touch interchange on the edge of the box here. From here. 1, bam, bam. Inside for Lucas Moura. 5th goal of the season. Lovely little passing triangles. And it's 3-1 Tottenham. And we've wrapped it up in the 94th minute. Come on. I am ecstatic with that. I think we made the right changes and we did it early enough to actually have an effect on the match. Conceding that goal at the start of the second half, I thought would set us back, but it didn't. We got instantly back on the horse with that lovely Lamela goal, and then Lucas Moura again filling in lovely to finish things off. Lo Celso did a great job playing further up the pitch too. Got the assist there as well. Great result. We've managed to win again. Now it's Arsenal though, next. And I think it might be at home though, so you never know. Amazingly, Son did not win Asian Footballer of the Year. Al Sommer, the Syrian striker, managed to do it. Fair play to him. 19 goals in 14 games. Yeah, no, fair enough. Gareth Bale's hurt himself in training. Oh, Gareth. He had an early tee-off time that day. Eric Dyer has been linked with Barcelona. Like, our last 5 games, we've got an XG of 6.4, and we've scored 8 goals from it. So we're actually overachieving there somewhat. And look at this defensively. Quiet, impenetrable. It's lovely. And we're aggressively clinical. Then again, so are Arsenal. But Arsenal's defence is worse than us. That seems to be where the main point will be. And Kane is player of the month. Kane just lost morale because I was happy with him for winning player of the month. GG. Right, they want us to do something. We're going to have to. We are... Annoyingly, they didn't get injured in the games. We managed to nurse them through those okay, but then it kind of went wrong from that point onwards. Oh, dearie me. This is the last thing we needed for a game against Arsenal away from home, where I genuinely felt like if there was ever a time we might potentially Spurs it up, this might be it. Okay, how can we make this work? Bale is still injured. So is Son. So is Lamela. And Ndombele. Oh no, he's suspended. Never mind. So we may have to go with this as a lineup, with Kane up front, fine. Ali playing as an inside forward on that left-hand side. Lo Celso through the middle. He can definitely do a job there for sure. In fact, he's probably best there. But with Ali's played all right there. Lucas Moura on the right, don't really like it, but we've got no choice because literally every other player is injured there. Sissoko in his standard role. Højbjerg in the DLP role. He can play there for sure, but he does like that pass, the vision, I think. No, it's just his passing. Doherty, Sanchez, Dyer and Reguilon. Dyer was also struggling a bit until... Well, he was. He seems to have recovered quite nicely now, actually. He's okay. This is not going to be easy. There's very little way of quality on the bench that we can really bring in either. So the bench will be Tanganga, Davis, Winks, Vinicius, Alderweireld, who is... Wait, why would we not start Toby? Ah, that'll be why. Aurier and Gareth Bale if we absolutely have to. I'm not confident about this one. Since we're away from home again, I am going to switch it back again to positive. Hopefully they don't play a 4-4-2. It's unlikely they will. It's Arsenal. They are aggressive. It is. It's derby matches. The game knows that they're derby games, or like, yeah, and it makes the players more aggressive from kickoff and motivated. That's really cool. So yeah, Arsenal are definitely playing a strange system. It reminds... Wow, they instantly scored. Inside 2 minutes, Arsenal 1, Spurs 0. David Luiz from a corner. We just weren't able to defend it properly. The last thing we needed was to fall behind early doors in this game when we're so down on personnel right now. Like, we've given ourselves a great buffer, but that's just terrible defending. Go on the post. Bravo. Just stand there and watch. GG, bruv. Ah, Lacazette is hurt, though. So they may have to make some changes. In fact, they already have. There's only so much we can do. But then, again, Arsenal are pretty good this season, too, which doesn't help us at all. But, once again, we've dug ourselves out of bigger holes before, so let's try it again. Højbjerg. Kane, that's better. Some nice football coming now. Doherty. Ooh. Lots of space for Sissoko. Can he slip one through? This is nice stuff. Oh, lovely. If this turns into a goal. And it... Oh, and it should have potentially. Harry Kane with a lovely header. It's just not really been very good from us, has it, really? It's been quite an even first half in many respects, but we are trailing to that David Luiz early goal. Going to get a bit more general in the second half. Going to turn on work ball into the box, make it a bit more attacking, as well as stop directing it purely through the middle. See if the players have got a bit more creativity in them. I mean, that just seems to have made us infinitely worse. I've made a couple of subs, try to freshen things up. We just have so few options at this point, unfortunately. We've had to bring on, we've got Harry Winks on. We've brought Gareth Bale on the right-hand side to try that out for a little bit, but it's just... We're just lacking substance right now. And Dele Alli's through, and it's a good save in the end by the Arsenal keeper. That's a bit more like it. We're going down the wide areas for the final 20 minutes. It often works late on against tired legs, with some fresh legs too. See if we can come up with some magic. Winks' ball in, and it's headed away. But at least we've looked decent there. Well, there you have it. We finished the game quite strongly. Created some chances late on, but it wasn't enough. That David Luiz goal in the second minute of the game was enough to see Arsenal get the victory over us. Classic us, really, isn't it? Like, literally classic. Unbeaten up to this point. Pretty even match, and we just can't quite come out on the right side of it. Frustrating, but it was bound to happen eventually. We were bound to lose one. It's about how we recover from this, and we've got some FA Cup and League Cup action to try and take our mind off the fact that we just lost the North London derby. And an unbeaten season, and we still lose to Arsenal. It's very Spursy, isn't it? To be fair, we did go 25 competitive matches unbeaten. And we did make it to the new year, which I did not expect to do. I thought our first defeat was going to come here. We assuaded that and then managed to win 3 more matches after that. So actually, we may have lost to Arsenal, and that sucks, and I apologise for that. But I still think we're doing all right. Right, so EFL Cup. Since it is the semi, we do... The board don't consider it that important, but I would like that shot at silverware this season, even if it's somewhere the board don't consider that important, because Palace are in the way of the FA Cup. Then again, we did beat Palace, but we will need to rotate around a little bit for sure. And Ndombele at least is back from suspension though. Lamela is also back on the right-hand side. But I'm going to start Davies on this side here instead of Reguilon, because he's had a terrific season. He really has. Bale will rest out for this game. He's going nowhere near this team right now, because we've got Palace directly after this in the FA Cup, and then back to Newcastle in the league for the start of the next video as well. I might actually start Vinicius up top here and bring Kane off the bench. So that's going to be our lineup for today. Interesting. Why did we get this and not... Does this only appear in, like, really important games or something? Because that's cool. Now, they actually play the same shape as Arsenal. It might not be the same strategy-wise, but I feel like what we did towards the end of the game against Arsenal actually did work. It's just that we weren't able to fashion enough chances to get the goal. So we've definitely got that in our back pocket should our normal strategy not really come off today. Lamela can cut inside and find the shot. Dele Alli, and a good save by Darlow early days. Got an overlap from Ben Davies. He's into the box. Will he shoot or will he pull it back? He's tried to pull it back, and it's a good little block. Doherty with a lovely head. Oh, the second header this time cost us. Got to be more sensible than that, lads. Oh, really? Good save from Hugo Lloris. Come on, you can't let yourself get caught under the ball like that. Lucas Moura again. Can he get into the box? No, goes back for Højbjerg. Here we go. Loads of bodies in there. Oh, good strike, but Darlow's equal to it. Vinicius. Nice work again. And, oh, and it tips over again by Darlow. Højbjerg really does like a long shot. He's only scored that one banger, though, and I'm a bit worried that he's wasting chances for us by taking those on too frequently. Well, half-time, and we are very much on top of this match, but it is still 0-0 so far. I think if we carry on doing what we're doing, surely we'll fashion a chance for a goal, bring a couple of people off the bench maybe later in the game to ensure that. I don't think Newcastle look too threatening right now, but I am still concerned that we haven't managed to score yet out of that. We're having some little pot shots in this. Oh my god, are you serious? Newcastle 1, Tottenham 0. We failed to take our chances, and now Newcastle have the lead out of nowhere. I mean, it's another corner goal as well. We have 4 defenders in the same zone, and somehow Fernandes is able to win that. Good God. All right, I'm making changes. We have to here at this point. I can't believe we're losing at the moment. We've been much the better side tonight, but haven't taken our chances. Harry Kane is on. Gareth Bale is on. We are going for the win here. Oh, my God. Oh, and a big save from Hugo Lloris there. That is a good chance for Newcastle now. They have come onto us a bit in the second half. We've not been as good, but we should have taken our chances in the first half. We've still created chances in this second period. They've just not been able to find the net with them. Højbjerg! And it's in! It's in! I don't know who it's gone off in off. I think it's Gareth Bale. It's going to be offside, isn't it? It's going to be offside. Oh my god, are you joking? It might have still been going in if he doesn't touch it too. That's the most annoying thing. If he's left that, we'd probably still score. Højbjerg. Bale's got it again, though, and it's been... Oh, it's a red card for Lascelles. Okay, 94th minute now here at St James's Park. It's still 1-0 Newcastle, and we got the fortunate result in the last round against Liverpool, and it looks like we're going to get the exact opposite of that today, because we've been so damn good on this night, and it's just not happened for us. Gareth Bale! Saved by Carl Darlow. Newcastle 1, Tottenham 0. Once again, we've had a... I mean, against Arsenal, we weren't brilliant, but we came back towards the end, still didn't score. Today, how on earth did we not find the net again? Back-to-back games without scoring all of a sudden, despite really not changing that much about the way we played. And I actually think we were pretty good on the night. I'd have happily settled for that as a performance, but to go out to that is very frustrating. To both games as well, we've lost from goals from corners. Like, I know the board won't care because they weren't expecting it, but I put the first team out here because, well, as strong a team as we could, because I wanted to make sure we got in that final, and they've just let us down. Yeah, 6-0 Man United it was in the end. Right, well, we've kind of go out here and win, since the board actually do expect us to do quite well in this tournament, but we just don't have the squad for it currently. Son is at least back, so that's something. We can play a fairly strong side. There's still a few players missing. So, for example, Alderweireld, again, he could probably do with one more rest. We'll play him for the Premier League game coming up soon against Newcastle, of all people. Bale's still not ready to actually be starting matches for us yet, but he can definitely come off the bench. Once again, going to do positive because it's away at Palace, and I might make those tactical changes that we did last time in that game straight off the bat. So it was to drop the defensive line down, leave the offside trap on, even though it's a standalone defense. Sometimes I'm a bit wary of doing that, and then go to work ball into the box. That's what we did last time, and it worked. So let's try that for next match only. The aim is if we know how to play against Palace, kind of, hopefully our strategy should still come off for us here, because we definitely got a lot better once we switched that. Son's already sneaking through challenges, and it's a lovely goal from Son. Just that little extra quality that he has over perhaps when Lucas Moura plays there, or even Bergwijn, although he's done a good job, is really the difference in games from sometimes. He's taking the ball in such a difficult position here, skinned the Palace defender, but it's this extra touch here he just takes to set himself up and just pops it near post. 1-0 early doors. That's a huge goal for us, as we've got to go far in the cup now. Lamela knocks it down, cleared away, but Reguilon does very, very well to dispossess Zaha there. That could have been dangerous. Son again. Oh dear! What are you doing, Son? That's poor. That's why he might be able to get into the box here, and he doesn't. Ayew, and that's a really good piece of play, actually. Lamela might even... Nope. Okay, the pressure is still on here. We're not out of the woods yet. Grab a second before half-time, and all of a sudden... Oh, there's too many players in one. Too many cooks there. We're going to lose the ball. No, we haven't, thankfully. Lo Celso's flying forward now. Bit of confusion in the ranks as Dele Alli comes through and makes it 2-0 on the well, not on the stroke of half-time, but very near the stroke of half-time. Dele Alli sneaking into the channel. There was an absolute melee in the middle of the field here, where about 4 Spurs players just got on the same position, but it seemed to confuse the Palace players almost just as much. Sissoko with a lovely little ball in behind, and Dele Alli makes it 2-0 before half-time. That is a very, very important goal. I really am starting to think that we are finding something for these away games now. Maybe had we tried this sort of approach with the defensive line against Arsenal too, but then they only really looked threatening from that corner at the very start of the game. They've given Son space. Reguilon's into the box, and it's cleared. Oh, it's flicked over. Oh, and it's in. It's 3-0, and Eric Lamella's in there. Okay, yeah, this is a bit more like it, my friends. We've looked very, very good towards the end of this first half. Palace can't seem to clear their lines, and we are looking lethal. I think just having some personnel backs probably helped us too. Bit fortunate with, look at this for a header from Sissoko, though. And then Dele Alli with the little flick down. Lamella with the strike. Guaita can't get there, and it's 3-0. Well, half-time, 3-0 is very harsh on Palace, I would say. But I guess it kind of makes up for our performance in the last game in a way. I've made 3 very early substitutes to get some of our key players off the pitch and not bring on someone like Bale, for example, just to rest some people out now, like Kane and the likes of that, because at the moment it is looking very good for us, but it could still all go wrong, of course. As Ayu's in, and well, there you go. Instantly get a goal back there, Crystal Palace, after a few minutes. They probably do deserve a goal, to be fair, but we do still have a 2-goal advantage, so it shouldn't be the end of the world for us. Let's not overdo it here. And now they've grabbed another one back, because we can't defend. Didn't replace defenders. They've just let that one drop in the penalty area, and Palace have managed to slot themselves another goal in. Højbjerg. Oh, he could have maybe just shot there. Oh, around the side for Lamella. And it's a good stop, and it should have been 4-2 there. We've still got to survive a few more minutes of this game right now, and at the moment, I don't know, our players just aren't running towards the ball. Palace look completely in control of this match at the moment. Oh, what a save from Hugo. We're just going to slow the tempo down a little bit, waste a bit of time if we have to, and play for some set pieces as well, just to keep that clock ticking away. And I wouldn't be surprised if Palace found an equaliser at this rate, because everything we do is just turn. Look at this. The gaps are enormous. Say Ballery's relatively straightforward, but still. Oh, we've escaped there. Palace in that second half just flew through us and thoroughly deserved the victory, to be honest, but they didn't get it thanks to our first half blitz, frankly. That's fortunate to get through. In the last game, we were very unlucky to get knocked out, and in this one, we've been fortunate to get through, I'd argue. Wow, okay, well, that's a weird one. So not as convincing in today's video. We did manage to win those first 2 Premier League matches, and we have beaten Palace twice in there, but those defeats are frustrating, but that happens. You're sometimes just not going to hit the target, or not going to just find the goal enough, because I think against Newcastle, we were still decent. Arsenal, we kind of matched them, but we just weren't able to get the goal in that game. It's going to happen. Thankfully, we weren't like played off the park or anything. Now, next 2 games are at home in the league as well. 2 more league home games. If we can win both of those, God, we're so stacked towards home games lately. We have won every single one so far, and I need that run to continue into those next 2 matches to give us a really good shot at top 4 this year, because that's really where the aim is. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, despite losing the North London derby, we did get through in the FA Cup after all. We just need a break, but it ain't coming anytime soon. So I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you like Twitch, go follow me there too. I stream all the time, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Hold your gun, Capybara. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.